What is your type of interaction with people? Hi, it's Başak and welcome to Be Life Coaching YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to talk about the 3 different types of interactions with people. Self, observer, and empathy. And we will see them more into detail, and then we will see the connection with life coaching as well. So there are 3 different types of interactions with people according to NLP studies. As like I said before, these are self, observer, and empathy. But when let's talk about what we mean by the interactions with people. I want you to think about all kinds of communications that you can think of. Even when you don't speak, even when you don't move, with your eyes, with your moves, your body language, like all types of communications. And this is pretty important because every day, all the time, we are in touch, in contact with our surroundings somehow. And the most healthy way is to make a good combination of these 3 different types. However, this will help you a lot when you start knowing about this and when you start observing. Because once you realize that the other person has one specific style, then you can just adapt to it in a way to be able to create better communication together. So the first type of interaction with people is self. This is for the people mainly when they put themselves into the shoes of the other person. They become that person. For instance, let's say that you are listening a problem of a friend. You are your friend. You're not yourself anymore. You are thinking like that person. You are acting and you are suffering like that person. So this is a type of interaction that is not healthy at all. This is the least healthiest one of the other 2 types. Because when you lose yourself, when you are able to be the other person 100%, that is not good. That's not good for you because you will really be suffering a lot, and that's not good for the other person either, because there won't be any different aspects, different views from to that problem. So when you realize, if you realize that you have the self part, that's the bigger part for you, then you will start to observe yourself and you might start working on this. So the second type is empathy. Empathy is when you listen to a problem, or when at work, when you're listening to somebody's project, somebody's idea, instead of evaluating things from your side, you put yourself in the other person's shoes, but you are still yourself. This is, let's call this part a bit of empathy plus compassion. You can also check out my video here, empathy and compassion, to be able to understand these 2 terms better. You can check it out. So if you are putting yourself in the shoes of another person, or if you're just compassionate, if you just understand the situation of that person, this is very healthy, really. Also, let's say, we have to say here that if you are empathetic like 100% of the time, that is not good for you either. Because then you might get into that person's shoes too often, that you are actually in the way to be to the self type of interaction with people. So in a good balance, empathy is very good for you. Because then you are able to understand the other person's, where the other person is coming from. So to be able to communicate better with that person, you can mirror that person. You can do the same, or you can just understand that person and act accordingly. The other type is observer. So the observers observe. When they observe, they actually de-associate themselves from what's going on, or from the other person, or from the other group. So they are themselves and only themselves. This is 180 degrees. This is all the opposite of self, the first type that we talked about. So the observer is the third person, and he will always stay as the third person. because we'll always look at the situation from the outside. So a really good combination of communication style is a mix of the second one and the third one. So a really good example is a mixture of empathy and observer. Because once you observe a situation, whatever you want, whatever you name it, once you start observing the situation, you will know where you stand and what's going on. In a good, like when you dissociate yourself, you are outside and you are seeing things clearly. And then you will do empathy to be able to understand the person and to be able to communicate better or help that person. Or if it's a work project, or if we're talking about this in business terms, then you will get better results because you will understand the situation clearly and you will understand what that person is going through. So as we just went through all these three different types, we can see that these are very different and specific types. However, they can be a good mixture when it comes to your communication. In NLP, we deal a lot with association, de-association, empathy, and compassion. These are very important things for our communication. So, since we use these for our communication and we are surrounded by people all the time, it is also very important for life coaching. Especially in our sessions, in life coaching, we have a great communication together. So if we understand each other better, and those sessions will flow. And in the end, eventually you will be getting to your goals. And I will be happy to guide you through those. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. You can check out my website too. I have an Instagram profile as well. Let me know if you have any questions, and if you like to come and get a session with me, please drop me a message. Take care and have a good one.